Camp Cretaceous' third season has begun streaming on Netflix for, well, actually it's been out for quite a while now, and with an additional 2 episodes in this season compared to the first 2, there's even more screen time for new dinosaurs, including that of the hybrid variety. A new hybrid from Dr. Wu himself graced our screens this season, one that will certainly question your faith in the geneticist, and 2 traditional dinosaurs were also introduced, further reminding you of why you love this franchise. Let's take a look at the dinosaurs of Season 3, and let us speculate on what new dinosaurs may be introduced in Season 4. Before we jump into the all-new hybrid abomination, we wanted to explore the real dinosaurs that Jurassic World has to offer, but were kept hidden until now. Brand new to Jurassic World, and not just to the show but the canon, is the curious carnivore, the Monolophosaurus. As we said, this dinosaur is new, and to quote Dr. Grant's understudy and the guy who should have died in Jurassic Park 3, Billy Brennan, it wasn't on InGen's list.
It's because it wasn't on their list, and that makes you wonder what else they were up to.
With no prior mentions in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World lore, we're not quite sure where this species came from, however, we are thrilled to see it make its debut all the same. This raptor-sized mid-Jurassic theropod may not be brave enough to take on larger gaggles of humans or dinosaurs on its own. However, when they congregate in larger groups, this curious carnivorous creature creates certain chaos. Behaving more animalistically with decidedly reptile-like quirks, the Monolophosaurus feels incredibly authentic and, best of all, unique, filling a fresh new role in the Jurassic franchise. The monos are longer than raptors, yet lower to the ground, with their spine covered in small, subtle spikes akin to a lizard. Their narrow, long heads are adorned with a single keratinized crest, which may remind you of the Dilophosaurus, however it's actually more closely related to the Allosaurus. They seem to come in 2 primary color varieties, mostly green with a reddish-brown crest, and then there's another that's a muted pastel purple. And of course, there's some more subtle variation with each of those subsets. As Camp Cretaceous typically plays it fast and loose with dinosaur colors, we're skeptical if these colors depict sexual dimorphism. However, Season 3 seems more deliberate with the color varieties it introduces on new species, so perhaps this may represent male and female variations. We seriously love the way these things look and move. They feel like real dinosaurs and haven't succumbed to the over-designing and amalgamation that many Jurassic World carnivores faced. Monolophosaurus has fast become a new favorite, and we would definitely like to see this dino design make a live-action debut with Dominion. Joining the ranks of this new species is an absolutely fantastic Hadrosaur, the Tyrannosaurus. This quadrupedal Cretaceous-era herbivore is another dinosaur out of left field, with no previous canonical mention in the park or world films, nor the expanded media or viral marketing. However, fans of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis will surely remember it, and likewise, it has a platypus-looking variant in Jurassic World Evolution. Tyrannosaurs are typically docile herd animals, but when threatened they can become extremely territorial and are no laughing matter. Likewise, the de-extinct genetically modified versions are strong swimmers and can be identified by their guttural grunts, honks, and trumpeting. They feature a small bump upon their skulls, a rounded flat beak-like mouth, and most striking, a rigid dorsal sail. Most individuals are blue with yellow accents primarily on the sail itself. We don't know where this new species came from, and we're still awaiting the debut of the canon Edmontosaurus. However, this is not a complaint. Once again, this species looks and moves shockingly like a real animal. It is a welcome addition to this new Jurassic World, and something we wouldn't mind seeing in the films, alongside the Parasaurolophus and the Corythosaurus. Albeit only on screen for a limited time, Littlefoot from The Land Before Time made his way to Isla Nublar. Okay, well maybe not quite, as the cute thing isn't a baby Apatosaurus, but, you know, look, this is the first time in the franchise that we have ever seen a baby Brachiosaurus, and come on, what's not to love?
God bless you!
It's featured in a scene similar to the scene in The Lost World where Sarah meets the baby stegosaurs, only without ticking off the parents. This baby is reunited with its parents thanks to the help of Yaz and co. Season 3 showed us a handful of variants for dinosaurs we knew existed on the island, including a green Gallimimus, which has seen 2 separate toy releases this year, and Dimorphodons. And lastly, but certainly not least, is one we consider the big bad star of the season, the Scorpius Rex. To quote Gray,
"It's not a real dinosaur."
And it isn't. It is a hybrid made by Dr. Wu. As we learn in the season, this hybrid is the predecessor to the Indominus Rex. This creature never made its debut due to the instability and was left in a cryogenic chamber on the island. Inadvertently unfrozen by the kids, this hybrid makes its mark on Isla in a myriad of terrifying ways. And there are two of them. The original Scorpius Rex reproduced via parthenogenesis, creating a clone of itself, a theme that we're beginning to see and hear more of in this franchise. T-Rex, Velociraptors, Carnotaurus, scorpionfish, and tree frog, those are the ingredients chosen to make the perfect little hybrids, and thus the Scorpius Rex was born. The hybrid itself has a striking pose. This is the franchise's first proper monster. It does not feel like a hybrid that could have just been a real dinosaur. It feels like a true hybrid genetic abomination, a real monster for the kids to contend with. From the way that it walks to the way it stands in almost human-like poses, it can climb trees like the xenomorphs from the Alien franchise, and it can see in thermal vision. An ultimate hunter destined to ultimately wipe out all of the other dinosaur species on Isla Nublar. It is lucky that these two orchestrated their own demise by fighting each other inside the visitor center. Adding to the deadly nature of this hybrid, the tip of the tail contains poisonous quills, which it can also eject as a projectile weapon. Again, this certainly doesn't feel like a naturally born creature. It does make you wonder what Dr. Wu was attempting to achieve here. The genome is no doubt very unstable as reflected by its behavior, and as we see in a video log by Dr. Wu himself, the creature, while young, was ruthless in its nature, attacking its creator without thought. While it would easily become hyper-focused on its kills and killing sprees, it was just as easily distracted, leading to very unpredictable behavior. So with Season 3's dinosaurs out of the way, it's time to speculate about Season 4, and honestly, that's the real reason you're here. Green Raptor, Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, Kentrosaurus, Lethranax, and Pentaceratops. So there are many factors at play that lead us to believe that certain species will be appearing in the 4th season. Take a look at these two items from Mattel. We have a green Velociraptor, which you may be familiar with if you watched our Season 4 video, and this Allosaurus, both in Camp Cretaceous packaging. To recap, while there was a period of time where all of the new Mattel dinosaurs were being packaged with Camp Cretaceous packaging, they have since revised the handling of this, and now only dinosaurs that are appearing in the show feature this branding. Our running theories for this green Velociraptor is that it could be a variant of the Jurassic Park 3 female raptors, whereas the Allosaurus may not be from Season 4, but may have been cut from Season 3, as the kids mention running from the species. However, come December 2021, we'll know for sure. Our Sorna speculation video obviously spoke about how we believe that Season 4 takes place on Isla Sorna. We last saw the island in 2001, where the Spinosaurus made its debut. No doubt, if we are indeed returning to the island, we expect the Spinosaurus to play a big role in the show, and Mattel have since released 2 Spinosaurus toys this year alone. While we cannot derive anything from their packaging, for the reasons we stated in our Sorna video, the frequency of the toy releases adds credence to the dinosaurs appearing on screen once again. So what other species are we expecting to see? While we do not have photos of these upcoming Mattel items just yet, we know of their existence due to various retail listings. We can't say for sure that they are tied to Camp Cretaceous, but given how the Tyrannosaurus and Monolophosaurus ended up being from the show, we'd be surprised if at least one of these wasn't in an upcoming season. Kentrosaurus. This species was a smaller type of Stegosaurus featuring plates on the front half of its body and spikes at the rear, not to mention very large spikes on its front shoulders. While not appearing on any of InGen's lists, it did appear in Jurassic World Evolution and would be a great herbivore for the kids to contend with. Lethranax. Also known as the Gore King, it's an allosaur-sized tyrannosaurid. Much like the Kentrosaurus, it has never appeared on InGen's list, but has appeared in the Jurassic World mobile Ludia games. Of course, this species is frequently speculated to be feathered, and if it appears in the show, then we would not be surprised to see it sporting feathers, which certainly would be quite new, and would align with Jurassic World Dominion's introduction of many new feathered species. And finally, for the toy listings, we have the Pentaceratops. Also having featured in Jurassic World Evolution, this ceratopsian is strikingly similar to the Triceratops in look, however it features a large rectangular frill not unlike the Chasmosaurus, and features two large downward sloping brow horns. Isla Sorna is an island filled with so much potential, and if the gang of campers do end up there, then what else might they find? The ability for the group to stumble upon ruins from the Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 is very exciting, but the island itself, in theory, holds numerous species of dinosaurs. Mamenchisaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, or the infamous The Lost World Pteranodons could make an appearance, presenting new threats to the stranded campers. Coincidentally, the Lost World's Pteranodon is getting a plushie release, which would be the first time this species has had a toy since 1997. Along with those dinosaurs known to Isla Sorna, we also have the Triceratops, which has curiously not featured in Camp Cretaceous so far, making us think it's long overdue for an appearance, being one of the more iconic dinosaurs from the franchise. Could a return to Site B finally bring the Dilophosaurus back from the shadows? We know we'd love to see it, and it certainly is a fan favourite. The species was spotted as a prop during the Lost World, so we know the species itself roams, or at one point roamed, on the island. A spitting, frill-sporting, colourful dinosaur like the Dilophosaurus would be a great addition to this animated show, and something Darius would have lots to say about. Curiously, he did have a sketchbook drawing of the dinosaur in the 3rd season. Without getting into too much detail, some other species that have been seen on the island in the movies would include the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodons, the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors, the Ankylosaurus, Corythosaurus, and more.
The one with the big red horn, the Pompadour, Elvis.
Camp Cretaceous has established itself as a fun side adventure to the main movies, and ties in heavily in some instances. Colin Trevorrow has stated that Season 4 will really tie into the upcoming Dominion movie, and we know Dominion is filled with new dinosaur species. Will any of these make it into the season? Only time will tell, and until then, we can let the speculation run rampant. Let us know what dinosaurs you would like to see in Season 4 and comment down below your favourite new dinosaur that featured in Season 3. If you like this video, then hit that like button, leave your thoughts down below, and if you aren't already, then hit that subscribe button to always be informed of our new videos. Don't forget to check out the Jurassic Outpost store for Jurassic themed clothing, mugs, masks, and more. Check out the video description for discounts and deals with our various partners. As always, head to JurassicOutpost.com for more news and information.